Look, I just got a text from my washing machine. Hey guys, we're just heading down to the beach because Noah has to pick some items up for a school project, and also there are apparently 8 beached whales along here. So with all the storms we've been having, a part of Wales is washed up, so I guess that's worth going to have a look at. Are you doing your thing? No. Access to the actual beach is blocked. We can't get across there. But oh my goodness, there they are. Well, there's a couple of them right there. Sounds like fish.
I've already made 2 big holes for what you see all that.
Oh yeah, all that pile of dirt. That's what they do.
Smell it.
Yeah, so good.
Good morning, everybody. I am in my car, which is not usual for me for a Monday. Usually I just stay home on a Monday and I do my chores and I get the house in order after the weekend. But Grant is actually on leave today and we're just running some errands. There was something he needed to do today, so I thought I would just go into town with him and do a couple of things that I needed to do. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a really good weekend. Last week, I just like went off the rails mentally. I don't know what went wrong, but as the week progressed, I just got less and less motivated and more like emotional and in my head. Honestly, I was messaging Grant on Friday saying, I feel like something really bad has happened. Like I felt like I was grieving or something, but nothing had happened. I don't know why I was so emotional. It was bizarre. The only like significant thing tied to Friday's date, it was the anniversary of us moving to Taranaki like 3 years ago. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's not something that would trigger a trauma reaction. So I was not in a good place mentally by the time the weekend came. I did insert a clip that I filmed Saturday morning of trying to go down and see the beached whales, but that's kind of all I filmed over the weekend. But I actually ended up having a really good weekend. So Grant asked me to go and watch him play squash. He's like obsessed with racket sports. He plays so much tennis and squash, and he was in some tournament and he asked me to go and watch him. So I was like, okay, I'll go and watch him. And I ended up really enjoying it. Turns out he's like an amazing squash player. Oh, the sun's come out. And I really enjoyed that, and we had dinner at the club and it was really fun, and that made me feel so much better. Also had my photography Interclub meeting. It was 4 photography clubs in the area, so New Plymouth, Stratford, Hawera and Inglewood, and we met together and there were speakers and there was competitions, and it was so good. And I realized that that's actually what I've been needing, because usually when I get like in a bad place mentally, I can usually figure out what I need. Like I need some time alone, or I need to spend time with a friend, or I need to do something creative. And it frustrates me when I'm like not in a good place and I can't figure out what I need. But that is what I needed. I needed to get out in the world, interact with people. Yeah, it's done me the world of good. So Interclub, I entered, you could enter 2 digital projected images. The club entered 6, like a group of 6 projected images, one of which was mine. And you could also enter prints, but I didn't enter any prints. And the club also entered a set of 6 prints, one of which was mine. And we won first place for our prints, which was amazing. And out of the other photos that I had submitted, one of my photos won 3rd place overall out of everybody's pictures. So I was like super stoked about that, because I've never entered photography competitions, like proper competitions, before. I've only ever submitted pictures for assessment on club night. Got my remains of my breakfast here. Had to set out early this morning. It is so cold. Anytime it gets below 10 degrees, that's when it's real cold. And the wind, that wind chill, so it's 8 degrees, but then plus with the wind chill, it is freezing today. Oh, cold. I was just saying how cold it was. Right, we're gonna go run our errands now. Good morning. You are in my kitchen and you are propped up, and I'm not holding the camera up with my arm, and I will explain why. So last weekend I went to go and watch Grant play squash, and while I was watching him, I was just kind of thinking like, oh, he's really enjoying that and I wish I enjoyed it. And then I thought, I don't enjoy squash, but you know what I do enjoy is badminton. I used to play badminton like back in South Africa like 20 years ago, just socially with friends, and I loved it. And then when we were in England, I used to play sometimes with people that I worked with, just also again just for fun, just socially, not like as part of a club or anything. And I absolutely loved playing badminton. The last time I played was when I was first pregnant with Daniel, and I cramped all night after that and it kind of freaked me out, so I stopped playing. So the last time I played badminton was 17 years ago. And anyway, so I'm watching Grant play and I'm thinking, I actually really enjoy badminton. So I start looking up like, is there a badminton club nearby? And there is. So I said to him like, would you be interested in playing badminton? Otherwise I'll just go by myself. Now Grant's obsessed with racket sports. Like he plays tennis and squash multiple times a week, and he was up for that. He was, well, initially he didn't seem that keen, and then later when I said to him like, you didn't seem very enthusiastic, he said, no, I was just thinking like it's another night out during the week, but if we're together then at least we're having time together, I'm not just like out away from you. Yeah, so last night we went to play badminton for the first time. There were 4 courts and there were only 6 of us there, so there was no like waiting around or anything. I had so much fun. I thought I was gonna wake up in a world of pain today because I played hard. Like initially when we first started playing, I was so rubbish. It was so embarrassing and so frustrating. But then I kind of like hit my groove and I was getting better. And we played for an hour and a half and I'm feeling it today in my shoulder. Still haven't had physio yet, still waiting for that. And kind of in my forearm. Like I thought I was gonna wake up just in so much pain and I didn't. But today I'm doing a lot of filming, editing, emails, desk work, comments, and the more I'm like sitting stationary, the more it's starting to like seize up. So I need to mainline some vitamin C. It was so much fun though, I absolutely loved it. So we'll be definitely doing that again. Unfortunately it falls on a Tuesday night, which is camera club night, but camera club's only once a month, but I'll have to miss that night. Speaking of camera club, I've joined the committee mainly out of FOMO, because people would be like, oh yeah, we mentioned that in our committee meeting, and I was just like, I am missing things, I need to be there. So I've joined the camera club committee, and the first meeting's tonight. The first meeting that I'm going to is tonight, so it'll be interesting to see what goes on behind the scenes and get involved there. When they were picking committee members, it was beginning of the year, it was, or end of last year, I can't remember, but it was just at a time I had too much on and I was like, no way, like I can't sign up for anything, because I take things so seriously, like I'm fully responsible and I hate letting people down. So I was like, nope, I can't be secretary, I can't be treasurer, I can't be on the committee, like I can't do any of these things. And now I'm like, yeah, I can do that now. So yeah, camera club committee meeting tonight. The other thing I wanted to update you guys on was my referral to the dermatologist. So I'll just recap. I went to the GP about these like spots I've got on my neck or on my shoulders, that they're never quite happy, they kind of never go away, they never quite heal, and it's been like at least a year. In fact, this one back here flared up the other day, which reminded me I've got one there too. Anyway, the GP referred me to the dermatologist, and as you know what happened when that happened for Grant, he got referred to the dermatologist and they wrote back saying we're not going to see you, basically. So I got a letter back from the dermatologist and they are going to see me, and they've marked it as semi-urgent, so I should be seen within the next 4 months. So we shall see. So it's good to get that checked out. Yeah, when this one flared up and it was kind of really painful and it was bleeding, I was like, yeah, that really needs to be looked at. Like, that's not cool. What else? This has been a busy week. Yesterday I took the boys to the orthodontist at 9:30 in the morning in New Plymouth. Daniel's was just his 6-month checkup after his braces had been removed. Noah, they've been checking periodically to see like when are we going to start doing braces, and they did x-rays and they saw that there's a baby tooth it's got no root whatsoever. So there's like the crown of the baby tooth, the next tooth is trying to come up, and the crown of the baby tooth is wedged in, it can't fall out. And they said that needs to be removed. He also has an impacted tooth that can't descend, it's got nowhere to go, so he needs to have that one removed and then the corresponding tooth removed on the other side, because all of his teeth are shifting around. So I was like, okay, that's gonna get done. And then he says, but let's get some braces on to him, and then I'll put a referral through for that, and the extractions will take place in the next like probably 6 weeks. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, we can do the impressions today and then make an appointment in the next week to get the braces on. So Noah was like low-key freaking out. He hadn't eaten because he'd been faffing around in the morning and miscalculated when we were leaving, and then didn't have time for breakfast. So yeah, he was kind of hangry. And then he finds out that Wednesday he's going and getting braces put on, which he doesn't want anyway, and he was like freaking out about it. So I got some food into him, and he's like, I think he's resolving himself. I think it's actually better this way, because if he had a long lead up to it, he would just freak out for longer. This way it's like, dude, this is gonna happen, deal with it, like it's gonna be fine. People survive braces. Can you hear my rings clattering around? Like, I've lost a bit of weight and now my rings are too loose. You know, the rings that I had resized not so long ago so that they would fit my chubby fingers. Luxury problems. Anyway, that's all I have to update you on right now. It is freezing cold. It's not actually so bad today. This week has been so icy cold. So, oh yeah, I was telling you about yesterday. So we did the orthodontist. Then we went to Save Mart, closed, gutted, because Daniel wanted to look for a denim jacket, and there were things I wanted to look for, so I don't know why they were closed. That was annoying. I had to go and get shoes because I needed court shoes, because the trainers that I use for exercising, first of all, they're so old. They're like 8 years old, and the rubber is no longer even rubbery. What's the word? Like, it's not grippy anymore. So I'll be working out at home, and if I have to do like plie squats or something, my feet are just like sliding. But they mark as well, like they mark the ground. So I needed to get some non-marking sole shoes, so I had to go and do that. Got the boys fed, came home, then I had to go and pick up 3 of Daniel's friends at the school, and then drive them to an away game for soccer, and then come home again, and then go out to badminton last night. So it was like a full-on day yesterday. Monday was busy too. What were we doing? I can't remember. Anyway, so today's been nice to just be at home and be filming and editing and uploading. And then tomorrow, hopefully it's not as cold. It's been like below 10 degrees, but with this icy wind. Oh yeah, I did mention that in my vlog on Monday. But it's kind of 12-13 degrees today, so I'm hoping that the weather's a bit milder tomorrow so I can get into the garden and do a bit of clearing out. We shall see. But anyway, today I'm just chilling at home and getting some stuff done and seizing up. So I need to go and take some vitamin C. Vitamin C in high doses is amazing for stiff muscles. Like, you wouldn't think, like, vitamin C, stiff muscles. But if you've done something where you've overexerted yourself and you know you're going to be sore and stiff, take massive doses of vitamin C. I'm talking like 5,000 milligrams a couple times a day. Take it till you get the squirts and then scale back. When you start getting tummy trouble, you know you've taken too much, and then you can cut back a bit. Basically, it means take until bowel tolerance. But high doses of vitamin C equals not being stiff. It's amazing. It's 5:15 and I'm just sitting browsing Pinterest when I should actually be making dinner. My excuse is that most of the ingredients are coming home with Grant. He's picking up the groceries. My shoulder is hurting so much. Like, I think I've done myself an injury again. It was feeling fine, and I thought, like, surely exercise is good, right? Clearly not. So I guess I won't be playing badminton again until I get physiotherapy and see what I can do about strengthening it, which is kind of gutting because I had so much fun last night. But anyway, there you go. I'm just filming this the next day quickly to pop in to mention that I don't think I've inflamed my shoulder again. I think it's a stiff muscle, like right back in here. It's just sore despite all my vitamin C taking. So I think it's okay, like it's not inflamed like it used to be, so that's good. And if this is sore, that means that muscle will eventually build up, and that's actually a good thing, right? That can only help. Gonna end my vlog for once and say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.